Airbnb has got to be the hottest IPO for 2020 because it's been a crazy year for the travel industry in general, and this IPO has been rumored for a long time, but it's finally happening. And guys, there are a lot of eyes on this one. There hasn't been a IPO hyped this much. Sorry about that. And guys, there's a lot of hype on this one. There hasn't been these many eyes on an IPO for a while. The last one I remember is probably Uber that had this much attention. So yeah, the ticker symbol ABNB is going to be a big one when the stock goes public here on Thursday, December 10th. So we have a ton to discuss in this video. I'm going to disclose to you what I plan to do with this IPO. You can probably tell from the title of this video most likely what my plan is, but I'm going to go into detail as to, my full thought process on Airbnb, my whole price prediction on it, all that kind of fun stuff. So let's get into it. Specifically today, 3 topics we're going to discuss. Firstly, when is the IPO going live and at what valuation? Secondly, the numbers. Does the numbers actually make sense here? Is Airbnb a good growth stock to buy? Finally, what price am I willing to pay for this brand new IPO? So guys, smash that like button down below, show your support for the YouTube AI, and this video is sponsored by my VIP group. So if you want to join the VIP group, you want to join the private Discord, we have a ton of members in there, ton of value in there, consider joining, link in description down below. So starting off here, when is the IPO going live? What valuation? So as of right now, the date for the ticker ABNB to start trading publicly so you and I can buy the stock is December 10th, but there is no exact time given. Usually we see IPOs go live around, like 11 a.m. Eastern time, somewhere around there, but nothing is set in stone right now. So we're literally a day away as of recording this video. The excitement is building. I'm excited. I'm sure most of you watching are excited, so let's talk. As of last week, Airbnb was expecting to debut with a price between $44 per share to $50 per share. And on the higher end at $50 per share, this would put the company at a $30 billion valuation. But this is a crazy market we got going on here. The market's hot, and as a result, Airbnb is taking full advantage of this, and they actually raised their prices. We are now expecting to see the share price come in between $56 to $60 per share, giving us around a $42 billion valuation on the high end. So in just about a week from their first announcement of the initial share price offering, they've raised their valuation by around 40%. Guys, this should tell you how much excitement there is around Airbnb, how many investors want to get in, and I would not be surprised to see the stock shoot up massively on IPO day. Even if you got in recently and you want to get out, I think the buying pressure will outrule the selling pressure here, at least on opening day, so it's going to be an exciting one. So that should give you a rough idea of, my expectations at least on IPO day, when it's going live, what valuation it's going live at, but now we really need to get into the details. Specifically, let's discuss the numbers and does all of this really make sense? So this is where I really spent a lot of time, and even though the company went from a $30 billion valuation to a $42 billion valuation to probably a $50+ billion valuation when it does eventually go live, I think this could still be a good opportunity. I would even go as far as to saying that this may be cheap or undervalued, but I'll let the numbers kind of speak for themselves here shortly. So guys, Airbnb has only been around since around 2007, but since then they have hosted over 1 billion nights and experiences for their guests, and this has become a household name. When people think of a trip, especially younger people in their 30s or younger, they don't typically say, let's book a hotel. They say, let's get an Airbnb. This is extremely important to me, at least, because it shows the brand presence that they have. It's kind of become part of society now, similar to like, hey, is that photoshopped? Hey, let's Google that. Hey, let's grab an Uber. Those things are just part of society. I don't think those brands are going anywhere. And I think Airbnb is going to be another one when it comes to travel. What's also unique though about Airbnb compared to some of these other companies that, have their name in society is that Airbnb appeals to pretty much the whole range of age groups. People that are young use Airbnb, people that are older use Airbnb, people in between use Airbnb, both as guests and as hosts. So there's a lot of excitement here. And guys, in this video, I'm not really going to go through Airbnb's model. I think everyone understands what they do. So let's kind of talk more now about the numbers. Oh, I also want to say that, with my research, I found that a lot of Airbnb's guests are actually repeat customers. I know myself included. Once I used the service, I was like, this is amazing. Now, there are certain situations why I would want to stay at a hotel, depending on the country, depending on the location, all that stuff. But for the most part, if you're gathering with friends, you have like a weekend out at the cottage, something like that, you want to get an Airbnb. You don't want to stay at like a typical hotel lodge or something like that. It's just not fun. And when you have a whole place to yourself, it's just a different experience, kind of a homey feel. And guys, I for one am a repeat customer of Airbnb. But guys, March and April has hit this company so badly. The global issue really destroyed the fundamentals here. And we can see double-digit declines year over year, but Q3, it is coming back strong. And despite everything, we're almost back at 2018 Q3 levels. That is powerful. What's more impressive is gross bookings is still very strong, around $8 billion in Q3, well above the gross bookings in Q3 2018, and even stronger than Q4 2019. But now you're probably thinking, okay, with all of this bad stuff that's happened this year for the travel industry and Airbnbs particularly, their income is probably pretty bad right now. Well, EBITDA actually hit a record in Q3, believe it or not, and it was the strongest quarter ever in history for the company despite a global issue impacting them directly. This also led to positive free cash flow for the quarter of $328 million, a record quarter for a company again during the toughest time in their history. And I think this is kind of a flex by Airbnb. They're showing that, hey, nothing's gonna stop us. Our industry is impacted directly. Our company is impacted directly. We're still gonna push through. We're still gonna go public. We're still gonna post profits and show investors that we can be profitable if we want to. So guys, this is, I think honestly, the biggest flex I've ever seen for an IPO. Now they were able to achieve these numbers because they did cut back on spending significantly in the quarter, and this led to positive free cash flow that we saw. And the haters are gonna say, well, they only made money here because they cut back on spending. Guys, companies are going to cut back on spending once their brand is big enough. They're going to still spend money on advertising and marketing, but it's not going to be as much. Airbnb is a pretty big household name, and it doesn't make sense for them to spend it during these times. But it just shows us as potential investors that the company, if they want to become profitable, can just cut down on spending, cut down on advertising. Revenues still hit record highs. Free cash flows all of a sudden become positive. Everything starts looking really good for the business, and that is where investors have a lot of excitement in this stock. So guys, needless to say, Airbnb had a tough 2020. They were virtually shut down in March and April as the world was locked down, and they are still severely limited right now because many countries have travel restrictions, but somehow this company is pushing through, still posting billions in revenue, which just blows my mind. Do not underestimate the power of this company, the service that they offer, and the brand. Now, earlier this year, the company did have to do a couple of tough things. They had to lay off 25% of their workforce. They had to raise $2 billion in debt to keep the company strong and afloat during March and April. And this resulted in their valuation getting cut back to $18 billion in April. And oh man, I've said this time and time again, I wish that Airbnb was a public company back in April. Now for context, in 2017, this company was actually valued at $31 billion. And then April this year, it dropped to $18 billion. And now today, before going public, it's back up to around $42 billion. If we look past the anomaly here in 2020, it's not a regular year for this company. Let's just be real with that. And we look at the growth in the last 3 years, this company's value has only grown by 35%. But here I've plotted out their revenues for 2017, 2018, 2019, and we can see strong growth from 2017 to 2019, where revenues grew by 87.5%. So I think the private markets were really underpricing this stock. This growth is phenomenal that we're seeing. Valuation has not reflected that, and that's another reason why I think on IPO day, retail investors are just gonna push this thing up to the moon. I would not be surprised to see tens of billions of dollars added to their market cap on the first day itself. So now, ignoring 2020, assuming they grow their revenues in 2021 onwards by a flat and modest 20%, very doable year over year, this is what their revenues would look like. 2021 could be around, $5.7 billion. 2025 could then hit around $12 billion. And now comes my favorite part for these high growth stocks, price to sales valuation. Assuming a $45 billion market cap as expected now, I see 2020 revenue expected to be around, $3.3 billion. We get a price sales there of around 12.7x. But moving on, 2021 would be around 7.3x. Up to 2025, we're looking at around a 3.5x with today's market cap. For high growth companies, I like looking out at, their 1 year forward price sales of under a 4 typically, but I'll consider under a 10 if it's a high growth company. Airbnb fits in that category. They do meet the criteria for under 10x. I'm excited. With my projected 2021 estimate of 7.3x, this company is looking very attractive to me, and I think it's a fairly priced stock here. So guys, with my projected 2021 estimate at around 7.3x or so, this company is looking attractive to me. I like the valuation that I'm seeing. So really in conclusion, in terms of valuation, I wouldn't say the company is cheap, but I would say the company is fairly valued, probably, towards the lower end of fair value, or kind of in the middle of fair value. I don't think it's overvalued by any means, especially if you're looking at this company a few years out. And I think that they've proven themselves. They've proven their growth. They've proven they can become profitable. They've proven that during a global crisis, they can continue pulling in money. That's big. But now the question comes down to, what price am I willing to pay for this stock? So like I said, I am planning to buy this stock on IPO day, and I will pay a premium for this if it comes down to that. I'm willing to go up to a 10x for next year's price to sales. Right now, like I said, we're at like a 7.3 according to my calculations. So there's still a bit of wiggle room here. The stock price can still kind of shoot up as it opens, and I'd still be willing to buy. Now, if we get to some ridiculous valuation when the stock opens before we can even trade it, 100 plus billion, 150 plus billion, who knows? Then maybe I might sit on the sideline. Maybe I'll open a tiny position. But, if things remain consistent, we open at around $50, $60, $70 per share, I think there's a high probability that I will be buying this stock. Now, if you want to know exactly when I purchase this, get updates before I purchase it, my thought process, all that stuff, consider joining a VIP group. Like I said, link in the description down below. I'll also leave it as a pinned comment for you guys. We have a ton of members in there. I know a bunch of us are excited for this IPO, so there's going to be a lot of eyes on it. Going to have a lot of discussion on it. It's going to be a fun time, so consider joining. But either way, guys, whatever you plan to do with the Airbnb IPO, I wish you all the best. Let me know if you're planning to buy this and what price you're willing to pay. If the stock price opens at a $50 billion valuation, will you still buy it? What about a $100 billion valuation? Will you still buy it? Let me know. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I truly appreciate your support. Don't forget to share this with a friend who's also considering buying Airbnb on its IPO date. There's a lot of money to be made, and all of us can benefit from this together. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to invest positively, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.